Testing, testing. We're gonna see if live streaming on this channel works. Um, Not tried it here yet. Discussing the Knicks and Giannis. It looks like it's connected. What's going on, y'all? It's me, Psychic Charm, and this is the first live stream on the channel. I've not really been live streaming as much as I used to. At least because I've had a couple of YouTube accounts before, but on here I've not live streamed at all. But yeah, I'm just I've not really felt like editing a video recently. But I have still wanted to talk about basketball. I need to lock in and do all that stuff. I plan on making some videos on some teams, what's next for this team or that team. I'm probably going to wait till after the draft at least to do that and what to kind of expect. But yeah, the Knicks, I'm not going to really spend too much time on that because, everybody has talked everybody's ear off of that already, and that was just yesterday. Like, the Knicks just won yesterday. But the Knicks are NBA champions, and that's crazy. I can't believe what I've seen. Oh, wow, I got a notification for myself. Y'all want to see this? Notification for myself? Let me... Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. I hope y'all get a notification like that for when I stream. Please. Pretty please. But yeah. This is my live stream and stuff, so... Got my pretty dog in the background. That's Ginger right there. Say hi, Ginger. Say hi. She's a good dog. And, you'll see my animals walk through here sometimes. I'm sure they do, like, when I do videos and I cut them up and stuff. But, yeah. I was going to talk about the Knicks some here, but mainly Giannis, honestly, because if y'all don't know, which y'all probably don't know, I'm very small as a channel, but I'm a Heat fan, right? Like, those are my guys. I love the Miami Heat. That's who I root for, and, man, I'm a little bit worried. Because, like, when I check the odds, which I'll screen share here, but, man, let me pull this up. Where is... Let's see. Pull this up. Here's my live stream tab. Let me go on incognito so y'all can't see my fucking Google account. What was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, I was just gonna look at the betting odds, which always aren't like 100%, right? Like betting markets are, people just like you and me that try to make informed decisions, but sometimes informed decisions can have bias, all that kind of stuff. But do I have my... See, I still have, like, stuff from a previous channel I need to get rid of. There we go. I'm sorry, y'all. Jesus. Screen share. Okay. Very tired. It's connected there. Video camera device 2. Is it connected on? Nope. Testing. There we go. I'll just use this and maybe over here. Ooh, no. Testing, text. Okay. Yep. Change mics. I'm sorry, y'all. This is crap for a first stream. Doesn't help it's like 2 a.m. and I'm streaming for like no reason. Can I image video capture? Which one was it? I'm sorry, I'm trying to screen share. I was gonna show y'all my point about betting markets and stuff, but oh my god, how do I freaking screen share again, bro? I've not live streamed in forever. Display capture, yes, that's what it is. And my monitor, yes. There we go. Oh my god, I feel so old. Okay, now I know how to do the rest. Let's get, yep, there's me. Okay, there I am. Okay. Why am I using that webcam? That webcam's so old. Look at that. Look at this webcam. God, I need a haircut. Holy cow. I'm gonna try to get one this week, actually. There we go. It looks a little bit better like this. Okay. Oh my god, where that? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so... You know what? I'm not going to say I'm sorry. I'm going to do better. Hold on. Get rid of this. Where is it? There you go. No, dude, I don't like that one. Ugh. No. No. There we go. There we go. Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I've not messed with this crap yet. I'll just leave myself right there, I guess. Anyways, Giannis to Miami, or Boston. That's what I was going to talk about. Now, I'll probably release a video on this, but I'm just scared that it's about to happen here. And Boston, I've been checking this almost every damn day, multiple times a day, probably at this point, because I'm such I'm a Heat fan, right? Those are my guys. And man, that's the first time they've leaped us in odds, at least since whenever that was, mid-May. I do remember that. I do remember some noise about that. But back then it seemed like kind of improbable. It was like, oh, Boston. And then, we rose back up and we jumped real high. And Boston, yeah. I've really tried to kind of go through some stuff, and I guess I thought this content would be better suited for a live stream because, man, and maybe I should buy some Miami stock right now since it's looking low. I might do that, but I mean, I don't know. There's a lot I kind of want to run through here with this because, firstly, I'll go through the quotes and everything. Maybe Pat Riley is lowballing or something. Maybe Pat Riley's lowballing because I don't know. It's let me look here. Oh man, I hate how my hair looks, bro. I need to get a haircut actually. I need a haircut here soon. I don't actually know the last time I got a haircut, y'all. I think it's been since maybe February. It's kind of been a minute. It's weird because I used to have really long hair for a long time, and now I don't, and I'm just not used to that, and I've just not gotten a haircut in a while. But I'll look here. I'll kind of explain my point of view through the NBA trade machine here because I love the NBA trade machine. And let me look. So, should do Miami or Boston first? Yes, Boston, because everybody's known Miami's been interested in every superstar, every offseason, every year. But we'll do Boston and Milwaukee. Now, this would probably have to be a third team involved, and I think everybody that's been following this kind of closely, or at least been paying attention closely, knows that Jaylen Brown and the Bucks don't want Jaylen Brown and a couple picks, right? Because Jaylen Brown, despite him being a all-star, all-NBA guy, he had the best season of his career. Which season officially? So He's been live streaming and he's not talked about any of this. That's interesting. Maybe I should just, I don't know. I might tune into one of those and look and see if I notice anything. But I feel like it'd be all over social media though, low-key. I mean, he's 29 years old. He's going to be 30 at the start of next season. And, I mean, he's a good player. But if you're the Bucks, obviously, like, that doesn't compete to Giannis's resume. And if y'all just need to see Giannis's resume, I will pull it up here. And also let me force this page to be a little darker so it complements my skin a little bit. Because, God, that was blinding. But yeah, I mean, that's nowhere near to what Giannis does. And I guess technically he had a better season than Giannis this year, but Giannis was hurt all season. And I mean, we all know that Giannis is a better player. I mean, the guy's won MVPs, the first team All-NBA multiple years in a row. I mean, this year was the first time, like, since, 2019, it was a first team All-NBA. And, yeah, I mean, that's, oh, man, that's, I don't know. Damn, he was top 3 in MVP last year? Why don't I remember that? Why don't I remember that? MVP. Tatum was 4th. Wow. Damn. Who was 4th? Who was 3rd that year? Oh, yeah, it was Lucas Shea. Okay, anyways. Going back to this. So, Giannis, Jaylen Brown, at that point, if you're the Bucks, you might as well just reinvent the wheel because you might as well just keep Giannis if you're getting Jaylen Brown. You know, Giannis is like a tad bit older. Giannis is more talented, and that's your guy and all that stuff. So you need to get a third team involved. So there's multiple avenues you can go. So you ask yourself who wants Jaylen Brown. And I've tried to go through some teams here. Atlanta's one that comes to mind. Where am I looking for? The main name involved. And they just might, since Joe Cronin, if y'all don't know, he hates the Heat. Like, he hates Pat Riley. I remember, I think it was Woj that reported it when this was happening. And Woj is pretty reliable, even though he doesn't do sports media anymore, that when we were trying to get Damian Lillard to the Heat in 2023, the negotiations between Pat Riley and Joe Cronin became personal. But apparently, I don't even think Pat Riley wanted to include to include Tyler Hero in the deal. And you know, some people some people view that, and especially at the time, it was some grand strikeout. Like, damn, the Heat missed on Tyler Hero, but I mean, or missed on Damian Lillard, but. I mean, I just, man, I don't know. I mean, maybe, I'm sorry, God, I'm tired, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I said, bro. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. But people view Damian Lillard, the Heat getting Damian Lillard as a failure, and it was, right? I'm not saying that it wasn't because that was the objective, and he probably would have fit a lot better on the Heat than on the Bucks with hindsight and everything. But maybe Pat Riley just knew with all his experience and 80 years of basketball, I guess he's 80, right? That, you know, that's not the move. That, you know, there's plenty of Damian Lillards out there, but he's not going to win you a championship. But, you know, wait for the big fish. But point being, during that negotiation, shit became personal. And the only way, because this would be how it would go. Portland, I guess, would want Jaylen Brown, but Giannis obviously with the Celtics. And then after that, what is there to give? Portland. I mean, there's picks involved, but Portland and Milwaukee, mainly to get Portland involved, by the way, I forgot to mention, but because they have Milwaukee's picks, but those picks are a gold mine. So obviously that is huge for a Giannis trade because not only do the Bucks want to control their own future, they're going to be bad and they're going to be really bad. This roster ain't good without Giannis, and we saw that this year. And the young players you could give the Bucks could be a Scoot Henderson. I guess a Shaden Sharp. Where's he go? Celtics. Or no, Bucks, my bad. And there's not really anyone else because you wouldn't give up Denny Avdia. He's on a really good deal, though. Even though he sometimes, I don't know. Not one of my favorite players, not because of any of the weird online stuff about him being Jewish or anything, because people get really weird about that stuff, but it's mainly because, I don't like the dude, I don't know, his game, he doesn't, he must be going to just get to the rim really well and draw fouls, and, I mean, that's good, but I don't know. Donovan Clingan, you wouldn't trade. I mean, those are really the only two young players you can give the Bucks. And, I mean, they're not the centerpiece of a deal, but, I mean, how much do you want to give if you're Portland for Jaylen Brown? I mean, Scoot Henderson and Shaden Sharp, I mean, if you deep dive this, Scoot Henderson, how old is he now? I want to say he's my age, 22. Locked it in. There we go. Yeah, 22 years old. 14 a game. Now, maybe he figures it out. Maybe he starts to put things together, but he was starting to kind of look like a bust. But also, too, I remember the playoffs versus the Spurs. He had some good games in there. And I don't know. Giannis, what else was I going to look up? Shaden Sharp. Shaden Sharp. Shadon. So, now Shaden Sharp is a good player too. Damn, I didn't know him and Scoot were the same age. I guess, yeah, he was taking a year before Scoot. It doesn't feel like it. I don't know why. I feel like Shaden's I feel like he's been in the league longer for some reason. But, Shaden, really good player. Averaged 20 points a game this season. Was struggling with injury, but I mean, he's going to be 23 next year, and you never know the leap he might, take. I mean, Shaden has potential, but it's just that we don't really know, what that looks like. And the Bucks have a lot of guards though too, so it's you're sending them a lot of guards because for the Bucks, which I guess it depends on their future, but I don't know how much Ryan Rollins is in their future. Or what's the other guy? Not Andre Jackson. Where's Kevin Porter Jr.? Gary Trent. He'll probably go somewhere. Cormac Ryan. Wow. Kevin Porter. Yeah. I don't know. You'll have a lot of guards, and maybe that's what you're looking. I don't know. But I mean, Shaden is a really promising player, and Scoot. They're pretty promising. I wouldn't really say that at least their ceiling, I don't really feel like Shaden. Where was he picked? He was 5th pick, right? He was the 5th pick, wasn't he? 7th. Anyways, he was picked pretty high, but he never really had super high expectations. He is like a monster athlete. He has some really good posters, Shaden Sharp, but I mean everything else, his off the bounce game, his jump shot. I mean. He's a guy that it doesn't really look like there's anything wrong with his jump shot or anything, but he doesn't shoot well from the field. I mean, 45 that one year, but for the most part, especially from 3, despite him being a layup machine. I mean, yeah, that's part of it. But for Scoot, it's kind of the same thing a little bit. I mean, they're very similar players in a lot of ways. Scoot's a little bit better of a passer, but I don't know. I could see it, but the players involved are kind of a similar tier on what the Heats are, I guess. But the Blazers originally wanted Giannis, but I don't understand if you're the Blazers why you would settle for Jaylen Brown unless you're Joe Cronin and you really hate the Heat. I swear he hates the Heat. I swear to God. I'll look this up here because I don't want y'all to think I'm bullshitting here. Joe Cronin. Shit, I should look up Joe Cronehead, because fuck that guy. Joe Cronin, Pat Riley. Let me find it. It's happening again. Their intense summer-long trade saga. Pat Riley, he did not mess up the deal. Joe Cronin. What's this here? Joe Cronin clearly had no intention of talking about me. This is like a Heat channel though, and this is kind of retrospective. Barstool Sports. Yeah, here we go. Joe Cronin clearly hates the Miami Heat with a passion. Like, I don't know, dude. Maybe he would like nuke his franchise. Maybe. I mean, it is his job, I guess, but that guy might just nuke his damn franchise. Just to, you know. Oh, man. Damian Lillard returned in Portland. What all did they get originally? Timoni Kamara was good in retrospect. Robert Williams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn, dude, like 5 picks total. And like, if I'm getting this right, you would give up 3 of these for Jaylen Brown. Like, I don't know, man. That's just another thing. Like, you're gonna get Milwaukee's pick next year, and that's probably gonna be them peak being bad. And we don't know how good next draft is gonna be. Like, you don't know if you're gonna draft the next Cooper Flag in this next draft, like the one after this one, after this upcoming one. You don't know. You don't know if you're gonna draft like, you know, a guy like Anthony Edwards or Cade Cunningham. I mean, it could be a bust like the 2024 draft where. That was, let's see, that was when Risha saying Sar, where it's like, okay, it's an okay draft, but not really that good. Or you could have like a draft like this one. Even last draft was pretty good too. I mean, you had like Derek Queen, you had Cooper Flag, you had Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey. I mean, a lot of guys in this draft were pretty good. So you don't know. And when the Bucks, like, even with the new tanking rules, but I mean, even then though, like, if you're the Blazers, you're trying to be competitive right now, and I don't know, like, I just don't really feel like it makes much sense. I mean, you upgrade from Shaedon Sharpe, but I mean, there's just, I don't know, I just see some problems here, I guess, because I don't know. I mean, I guess you could play Denny at the 4. I think Timoni Kamara is a 4, I think. It's either him or Jeremy Grant. And I don't know. I don't know. I guess maybe you throw Jeremy Grant in there as a salary filler or Drew. It doesn't really matter who, I guess. Maybe Jeremy Grant to the Bucks. We could try this. Yep, it would work. But, like, this return, if you're the Bucks, the main thing to me would be the picks. I mean, it is your own picks, so that's better than the Heat's picks. Those are the best picks you're going to get out of anybody. But I don't know why Portland does it. That's the only one. Like, the Bucks, like, I would say that's kind of up there with the Heat's offer. Or maybe better, slightly better. I don't know. Like, you get your own picks. The players might not be as good because I think Ware probably has, like, a higher ceiling than Shaedon or Scoot Henderson at this point, or Hawkes. Like, these are all kind of similar tier, I guess. Like, Hawkes, Scoot, I could see them having pretty similar careers, or I could see Kasparovs, Yakuchonis maybe, but he's so young it's hard to tell, at least if they include him in the deal. Tyler Hero as well. Like, you know, these are kind of similar tiers of players. Like, they're pretty good young players, but the Heat are willing to give up Hawkes, Ware, and Tyler. So 3 guys, a better pick in this draft, and I don't know. And you get a young return, and you're not involving a third party that, like, what do you want Jaylen Brown? I guess you could play Jaylen Brown 2 alongside Drew and Dame. But you speed up your timeline a lot. Drew, Dame, and Denny, and Jaylen Brown, you think you're going to win in the West with that roster, Donovan Clingan? Like, that's okay, but what are you doing in the long term if you're forking all your Bucks picks? Like, that's your, like, gold mine into the future, right? Like, that those turned out being, like, incredibly good picks. But I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't. Unless it's just Joe Cronin, bro, because he has a reputation of just hating the Heat at this point. And I hate him, too. I hate him because he hates the Heat. I hate this fucking guy. And it wouldn't surprise me in the least bit if he was like, yeah, we'll take Jaylen Brown. Like, if this idiot believed it. He probably does. He's probably licking his lips over Jaylen Brown. Say that guy won a Finals MVP, ignoring that he just blew a 3-1 lead. Like, yeah, we can win with Dame, Drew. Oh, look, we have half the team. We got Drew and Brown. Oh, but we got Damian Lillard past his prime, post Achilles. Denny and Donovan Clingan. Like, I'm sorry, man. That team does not pass the smell test. So if there's any common sense, I just don't see it. Like, if I'm Portland in this situation, right? Like, I am staying with my picks. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, let me look here. Let me go to NBA Trade Machine, Fanspo. Where is it? Yeah. This will tell you more about the picks. But, like, Portland, bro. About Portland. Where are they? Rockets got a new logo. Yeah, they did a small rebrand, I think. I know the Clippers did Portland. And don't get me wrong, like, Portland, I think, has, like, a bright future. I just don't want them to fork on it with, like, Jaylen Brown. Like, I mean, despite the front office, like, I don't hate the Blazers themselves, you know? I don't want them to screw us over, but, you know, I hate Joe Cronin. That's who I got a bone to pick with, but, like, at least picks-wise and stuff, like, man. Let's see here. Portland received the more favorable between them and Milwaukee. So there's one. In 2029, they got theirs. Okay, you don't have Milwaukee's 2029. 2030. Yeah, you have pick swaps up until 2030. You have two more, right? If I'm looking at all this correct, they don't have a 2029. Like, they have other picks, but still, like, it's just, I don't think that you give up on, I don't know, I just don't think you get, you know, you nuke your team to do that. Like, I don't know, maybe you do, but Jaylen Brown is going to be making a shit ton of money too, which is the other concern, because he makes, what does he make right now? $53 million, and I think by the end of his contract, he's going to be making $70 million. Do you want that? You think you could trade that? Especially if, like, the cap doesn't meet, like, the contracts of the league, which it's not been for the last, like, couple of years, I think. Like, the cap growth matching, like, the growth of contracts. Like, I don't know. That just makes me skeptical. But, I mean, there's a hunch that I could just see this happening. Maybe I just have PTSD. Maybe I just really have PTSD, but I really think that Joe Cronin hates the Heat. I just think that he does, and I could see him doing this, but I don't know. I'm biased. Like, it would be stupid. It makes no sense. Like, I don't think this makes sense if you're Portland. Like, I really don't. I don't think Portland fans, like, if you're a Portland fan, let me know. Let me know. Here, there's some Portland fans I've watched. Let me look on YouTube. Let me look here. I bet they have Twitter. Let me just see what they think about this. Because I'm curious. Synthetic sports, they make good shit. What do they think about getting Jaylen Brown? But my gut says no. I forget it ain't Twitter no more. It's fucking X. Okay, there's some guys talking about out their ass. All my stuff in my recommended is about damn Giannis. What is this here?
Because there was a lot of caping from a bunch of people over the past 2 to 3 days about De'Aaron Fox. A nigga posted the Fox's trash clip on his IG, had Tracy McGrady talking about, well, who is this guy? Tracy, there's a reason why you also didn't win anything, nigga. There's a reason why. You and Fox are one and the same.
That's a good take. That's a good take. Some of these basketball YouTubers take shit too seriously sometimes. I thought he was gonna I thought he was defending Fox, man. I'm like, dude, you're nuts. You're nuts. This is not when to zig and zag here. What's this? What is this here? I'm sorry, I'm looking at Twitter now. It's Jenny, and then there's a Malcolm X quote. If you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people you are being oppressed among the people who are doing the oppressing. This guy's saying.
I guarded. I try not to let my man score.
They're so adamant about Spo taking it over for Riley. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know what point this guy is making. I'm sorry, dude. I wish I didn't have so much Heat stuff in my recommended, because I just don't know if I'm getting fed like confirmation bias, you know? Like, some random ass doctor. Who is this guy? Anybody can get freaking verified on Twitter, dude. I saw this guy, dude. He went viral for, or not viral, dude. That's so overrated. But I saw it like people. I think I saw a meme or something of like the validity of Giannis going to Boston. And like again, I'm really just trying to figure out who's going on. But one of the things was like some random doctor, and I didn't know who it was talking about. But I guess this guy, Jesse Morse, MD. Welcome to Boston Celtics. To the Boston Celtics, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Sounds like trade is in the works and it could be done in the next couple of days. Is this a random doctor? Okay. Anyways, bro, what was I gonna look up? I forget what I was gonna look up at this point. But anyways, what I was gonna say, like for Giannis and stuff, like I don't know, okay, the Heat's odds have jumped back up just a tad, but I don't know. I just, man, I don't know, man. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up synthetic sports. My bad, bro. I was gonna see what their thoughts are because I'm sure like Blazers. So let me look up Blazers, Jaylen Brown. I just want to just see some opinions. Maybe they do like it. Heat fans, screw off. I don't care. There's Jaylen Brown. What's he saying?
It's lined up. And to win a championship, that's what it takes. It takes you to be healthy, it takes you to be good, and you gotta have some luck and some favor. So once again, shout out to the Knicks. Next season, this season is over. Getting prepared for next season. This is the next game. So now we're back to work. Plenty of
I don't. And the thing I don't get is like, I don't know. I'll keep going here. Kevin O'Connor. My gut says Boston. I think Jaylen Brown is the best possible piece that could be put on the table for the Bucks. Better than anything Miami can offer. Tyler Hero? Are you kidding me? The Miami offers nothing special. That puts Boston. It's old Kevin O'Connor.
That the Bucks could potentially acquire or turn into other pieces. So I think that puts Boston, in my opinion, at the top of the list. It's just a matter of finding other dance partners to make something like this work. It's not a and these can always fall apart.
If Giannis missing 1 month from now.
Jaylen Brown posted, "The neighbor's rice always smells better." Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Peyton told me about that. Yeah, I've not been keeping up with the Celtics, and I've been trying to, actually. I watched some Celtics stuff. There's one guy I watched on the Locked On Celtics podcast. This guy's some Greek dude I was watching, and he was talking about a potential Giannis to Boston trade, but he don't like it, and he also he thinks it's confusing. He says something off about Giannis to Boston. Ira Winderman, though, for the Heat, does believe it's very real. He reports it's very real. And that's like a Heat beat writer. But yeah, I can't find anything about the Portland Trailblazers. I'll look at Synthetic Sports, but I don't know. I don't know what other team Maybe you make it a crazy 4-team deal, and I don't know. At that point, I 4-team deal, bro. Shout out to you, but man, I don't know how I would. Who else would want Jaylen Brown but could fork something over to the Blazers that would make them give up their Bucks picks? I don't know. Sam Amick about why I bought Giannis still hasn't done latest. Lost to Minnesota more. Let's look at them here, bro. Let's look at Synthetic Sports. I'm so slow at doing everything right now. I'm so tired. Not talked about it. Damn. Oh, man. Sorry, anyways. Oh my god, I get locked on my phone. I need to get better about that, Jesus. But yeah, I don't really see a world where, I don't know, maybe, and Portland's made bad deals to Boston too. I forgot to mention that too. Them giving up 2nd round picks to get Drew Holiday to the Celtics. They gave up seconds to get Drew Holiday. I guess it don't mean much for them, but I just don't really know why the Blazers got Drew Holiday. They've done stuff that doesn't make sense before, them getting Drew Holiday, so, this could be a possibility. There's also Atlanta, and they're an interesting one, not because I think that it's probable, but I just know that Atlanta is a team that loves wings. They love guys that are just, if Atlanta could have a roster of 15 forwards, they would do it. That's their philosophy there. It's a bunch of forwards, a bunch of guys that can't handle the ball. I'm really hating, but it's true. But here's the thing, with what they could do, Offer wise, like Jalen Johnson would be off the table. You can't offer up C.J. McCollum because he's a free agent. So it's like you probably aren't giving Nikhil Alexander Walker to the Bucks because, like, I mean, Nikhil's good, kind of a similar player to Tyler Hero, at least in terms of just like skill, but. Like that's the core you would want would be Johnson and Nikhil, and you could give up Kaminga, but like I ask, like why would the fucking like the Bucks want Kaminga when the Warriors were interested in like the Bucks were not like the Bucks weren't interested in Kaminga because Kaminga, like I don't think Kaminga's a good NBA player. I just don't like I don't really think the guy like I think he's okay off the bench I guess, but I don't think Kaminga's ever going to be a starter in this league. And everybody else, like, what do you got to offer? Zachary Richardson? Like, in your picks, if you're Atlanta, aren't that crazy either. Like, maybe you and Boston could give up a bunch of picks. But this team doesn't move me that much. Like, maybe Jalen Johnson, but I don't know. I don't think Jalen Johnson's ever really going to be like a... I never think that dude's gonna like be like a championship kind of player, really. Yeah, to the Bucks. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just hating, but I don't know. Like, who else do you give up? Like, you give up Asa Newell, I guess. Maybe you give up the 7th pick because you have that pick from the Derek Queen trade. But I mean, which is better than ours. That's better than ours. But I just, man, I don't know. Like, the players in this one that you're including are clearly the worst. Like, you can include Dyson Daniels, but, again, that doesn't move the needle that much for me. And, yeah, I don't know, man. I just... I don't know. Like, this one I don't know about. I just don't think the Bucks do it. Like, I just want to look, like, what picks you would have to offer. I guess you'd have to offer more salary filler to the Bucks. And again, do the Bucks want, like, a Buddy Hield to make the salary work? Like, you know, are you going to give, like, Corey Kispert or Onyeka in? Like, you can give up Kispert, but he's kind of a bad contract. $14 million a year? Like, why the Wizards give him that? But Atlanta. Like, at least their picks. They have the picks in this draft. That's a good pick. That one's like a late first, I think. I don't even know where that landed. I can't tell you the truth on that one. But yeah, that's a pick there. Oh, that's the most favorable for the Spurs. Oh yeah, because Utah, I think, missed the draft, or I don't know. I forget. I don't know. Picks are so complicated. What's the most favorable of its? Let's see. More favorable pick. Atlanta Warriors see the more favorable. Blah blah blah. Like, Atlanta's picks, like, I guess they're okay because they're Atlanta, so they might be a mid-team. But, like, I don't know, like, you're not getting, like, any blue-chip young talent, I guess, as the Bucks put it. I've never heard that phrase before until this trade saga, blue-chip young talent. But you're really not. Like, Kaminga, Richardson, like Dyson Daniels. And you might get a bunch of picks, but you're getting a bunch of mid picks. You know, like you're not like none of these guys are ever going to be an all-star. And I don't know about in the picks that you select. Like I don't know. Like if Atlanta could do it, I'm sure they would. I'm sure they'd give up all these guys. I'm sure Atlanta would. But Milwaukee, do you want that? Like I don't know. I just. And lastly, like, maybe the Rockets, but I just don't think the Rockets would ever do this either. Like, if Jaylen Brown went to Houston.
Like, that'd be cool. And he was rumored to go there a couple of years ago. I do remember that when Ime Udoka went down there. I never knew how serious that was. But, like, if you gave Milwaukee Şengün or you gave them Amin Thompson and that you have a really good pick next year with the Nets, like, I'm sure they'd do it. But, like, if you're Houston, do you really think this is the move that takes you over the top? And you accelerate your timeline even further. Because I know you got Kevin Durant, but still... Like, if you trade out... Man, you have to give out a lot. Even then, like, do you want to give up Fred VanVleet when you missed a point guard and now you're not going to have a point guard? And you give up Fred, so let's see, he gives the Bucks. And you give up Amin. Like, I don't know. And they're so old already. Like, do you need, like, another... I don't even know if this trade